Hello, I'm going to give you some pieces of advice as a teacher, but also as a learner of the English language. First, think about this. How much time a day do you practice English? 5 minutes? 30 minutes? And how much time a day did you practice your mother tongue when you were 2 to 5 years old? I bet that you practiced more than 12 hours a day. How? Speaking a lot, repeating everything you heard from your family. Some people claim that you can learn English in 3 months, like that guy Kyle Anders. He's a charlatan. You cannot do a lot in English in just 3 months. When you can really do in 3 months is start having short conversations, express simple ideas, express likes and dislikes, talk about your family, maybe order food at a restaurant, but always in a short conversation. He also says that you don't need motivation. Well, you need a real motivation to learn another language. That motivation could be have a good job, meet new people, or just travel for leisure. He also says that you don't need grammar, and that grammar is an obstacle in your life, but even in your mother tongue you need guidance for a proper usage. Your parents made corrections on the way you started speaking by applying the rules they know, but with time maybe our parents they didn't know a correct grammar rule, but they thought it was okay and they taught us like their way. Then at school we took grammar classes and we understood many things, and with grammar classes we can use the language properly. Here we have the language skills. Input skills are listening and reading, output skills are speaking and writing, and the processing skill is thinking. I think it's also is as important as the input and output skills, because thinking gives you the possibility to use the language either for receiving it or for producing it. And we started our communication process by listening a lot and repeating what we heard. That was with speaking. Then here I have some tips that will help you in your learning process. Immerse yourself in English, listen to a lot of English, take advantage of your learning style, start and end your day in English, learn vocabulary in chunks, not words, and do not translate. I'm going to give more detailed information about this. 1. Immerse yourself in English. You can start doing this by changing the settings on your phone, label things on in your house, and you can start with common words or phrases, then add new ones as you get more vocabulary from the environment, from the movies, from the TV. You can see they holding an object and you can recognize it, label it also as part of your vocabulary. 2. Listen to a lot of English. How did you learn your mother tongue? You learned through listening to your environment, your family, your parents, your friends. And for this, I recommend you listen to podcasts, listen to the news, interviews, radio and TV programs. Even if you don't understand completely the conversations, little by little you will get the vocabulary, you will understand how they speak, and it's the same we learned our mother tongue. As when we were little children, we couldn't understand everything our parents said, but little by little we could understand. We were able to understand. 3. Take advantage of your learning style. Learning styles are different for every person, so you can be visual, that is, that you need to see what you are studying. Kinesthetic, that you need movement, like an actor interpret something. Auditory, that you need to listen to the source of information. You may need formulas, as for example, subject, verb, object, complement. That is a formula. And you will find that English is based in formulas. Robots can learn this way. Audiovisual, a combination of what you see and what you hear to get the language. And you may also need to touch the objects that you are learning. 4. Start and end your day in English. You can read or listen to the news in the morning. You can listen to podcasts at night or watch a TV program or series on Netflix. This way you tell your brain to start the process of learning English in the very first moment you wake up and before you go to sleep. Obviously, you must do this during the day as much as possible. 5. Learn vocabulary in chunks, not words, because it's easier to remember phrases than just plain words. For example, have breakfast, go to school, listen to music, read a book, see you tomorrow. These are short phrases that you use every day and you learn from the very basic levels. And with the image or with the repetition, you know how to use it, how to use these phrases. On the other hand, if you have to memorize a long list of verbs, they want to test your memory, not how well you can use them. This is for a list of verbs, for example. If a teacher tells you that you have to memorize 100 verbs in the base form, past simple and past participle, but if they don't tell you how you're going to use those verbs, you will forget them. The best way to memorize something is using it. 5. Learn vocabulary in chunks, not words. How do I remember the words I need? Well, you need to learn the words that you are going to use in context, so you can use those words in context. For example, vegetables and fruits. You use these words in the context of having breakfast, having lunch, cooking. And even if you see a lot of words in the student book, I'm quite sure you are going to remember the words that you use frequently. If you don't use the some words like, for example, aubergine, courgette, carrot, maybe you will forget them very easily. But if you use more frequently lettuce, lemon, orange, onion in the correct context, then you know how to use them. 6. Do not translate. You didn't learn your mother tongue translating. Why should you do that to learn English? I know it's a temptation to translate because it's our comfort zone. Unfortunately, when you translate from English to your mother tongue, let's say Spanish, you are translating only one of the different meanings for certain words. For example, the verb get has a lot of meanings, has a lot of uses. The word construction, it's not only for buildings, and if you only get that meaning, then maybe you will get confused if you see that word in a different context. So try to get the meaning from the context. If you don't, with the words around this word, it could be from a text or it could be from a conversation. Try to get the meaning from the context. If you are not sure, you can use Google Images. You can also find synonyms. And to be sure, you can use an only English dictionary. Avoid the temptation to translate. Because we learned an object, we saw an object, and we associate this object with the word in our mother tongue. And that's the same way we can memorize new vocabulary, associating the new verb, the new object, with the word in English, not with the word in the two languages. Learn or memorize words. Rather than memorizing, learn how to use the words that you need. And for example, you can learn family of words like the nouns construction, constructor, the verb construct, as an adjective constructed, an adverb constructively. Because if you only remember the word construction, then in a sentence you may want to use it as a verb, as an adjective, or as an adverb, and obviously that will be a grammar mistake. So you need to know most of the family words for a proper usage. Should I speak a lot? Well, first you need to listen to a lot of English. Obviously, speaking helps with confidence and fluency. If you see 3-4-year-old kid speaking even with mistakes, children are not afraid of making mistakes. They just express their ideas all day long, and you can notice that they improved the pronunciation even in the mother tongue, the pronunciation, the correct word, and it's the same as an adult. Speaking helps you with your pronunciation, the word order in a sentence, and also the intonation. Should I write a lot? Again, first you need to listen to and read a lot of English. You can read graphic novels, comics, cartoons, brochures to get vocabulary with images. You can also read books, magazines, the news to see how the language is structured. And writing helps you with having better ideas, using the language correctly, and you can write a diary if you prefer, or just ideas during the day. Do I need grammar? Do you think a native English speaker uses English correctly? Sometimes they don't. But we can go a step ahead of their grammar knowledge, speaking better than them. So one thing is using the language, and another different thing is using the language correctly. We stopped grammar lessons in school, secondary school, high school. When you study a language, obviously you need to know the grammar, because it can be different, in some cases very different from your mother tongue. How can I practice pronunciation? We know English is weird. Spanish, for example, how we see the words, we pronounce them. But in English, this is not possible. We have to learn sounds. We have to listen how people pronounce the words. You can check a dictionary which has the definition of the word, but also some symbols that are the International Phonetic Alphabet that help you with the pronunciation. If you know this International Phonetic Alphabet, you know how to pronounce those symbols. You can also use the web page tophonetics.com to help you with the pronunciation. You can write a word, a group of words, or a short text. You can choose American or British pronunciation, and then you can see the transcription in the International Phonetic Alphabet, and you can play the audio to listen to the pronunciation. You can also record your voice with your smartphone to check if you understand yourself, and compare your pronunciation with native speakers or other people. I found some apps that you can use to practice, to learn English. Grammarly is an app that can help you checking the grammar before you send a text. Anki is an app for writing flashcards, in which you write a word, you can write the definition, and also you can write a couple of examples using the word in a context that is familiar to you. You can also use the HelloTalk app to talk with people around the world. The BBC Learning English app, it's very useful videos and audios are in different categories for basic, intermediate and advanced. The BBC iPlayer app is very useful. It has live radio stations, and also you can find podcasts or short audios of many different topics. And on Spotify for podcasts, not only for music, and you can find a lot of different topics on Spotify, or the app you use for listening to music. YouTube channels. You can follow teachers who speak 100% in English. You can follow TV programs that upload videos on YouTube about interviews. TED Talks. These are monologues of different topics. Usually these people speak slowly so you can understand very well. In interviews, people speak at their natural pace, so sometimes could be tricky to follow a conversation, because one of our problems with listening to people speaking in English is that they speak really fast. You can also follow vlogs, video logs of people talking about their daily lives. And you can also follow travelers. You can learn about different cultures by following travelers who speak in English, and sometimes they speak with the local people in their language. And which channels you should not follow? Teachers who switch to Spanish all the time, or in your mother tongue, because when they change during the video English, Spanish, English, Spanish, your brain can get confused. If you prefer these type of channels like Amigos Ingleses, Super Holy, it should be only for the basic levels. If you are in an intermediate level, or even from the basic levels, you should follow teachers who speak 100% in English all the time. Well, those are my tips. Let me know your opinion or questions in the comment section. Thank you.